Happy Friday, everybody. I'm Louise from Wildflower Wool,
And I'm Cheryl from My Needlecrafts.
and we are the Fibre Friends Knitting Podcast. Welcome. So, Cheryl,
Welcome.
how's your knitting week been?
It's been pretty good, actually.
Has it?
Yes, I
Ooh.
feel accomplished.
Do you, I do too. I actually I woke up this morning and I thought, oh my gosh, what do I have to show? Because I haven't got my head wrapped around that we're doing this every week. So I feel like I need to have so much stuff to show, and I don't. And then I stop and think, well, it is only a week's worth of knitting. So that makes me feel better. And I guess I feel accomplished too, because I have a finish.
Oh, well, that's always good.
I know
You should
that's I'm
you should start with that.
gonna start with the finish. Okay. Let me put down. Oh no, this is gonna be bad.
Uh-oh.
I've got 3 needles.
We'll
Okay.
finish your row then.
Okay, I'll finish the row. All right, we'll talk for a second. Now I'm all twisted. So this was on Monday night. What is that? Can you see that? Look at that. This loopy here.
Where'd that come from?
Oh, you know what that is? That's my tail. I feel like I need an extra hand. I bet you that's my tail. No,
You got it stuck in there somewhere?
yes.
You didn't knit with it by accident, did you?
That's maybe. Oh, well, you know what? I'm just going to carry on. This is just a sample. So Monday night. Okay, I think I dropped a stitch. I think that's what it is. Okay, this is not, I was going to say this is going so well. Maybe it's not going so well. Anyways, it's better. Practice makes perfect. I'm playing around with the tubular cast on.
Okay. And what is a tubular cast on?
So it starts out, so I'm still like on this quest to find, I don't know, maybe it's like the perfect ribbed cast on.
See if there's one better than what you've been doing.
Yeah, right. Because last week we talked about the Italian versus the alternating cable cast on.
Right.
And I definitely like the alternating cable cast on better, but there's the tubular cast on. So I did a little research, and at first it totally confused me because everybody calls the tubular cast on something a little different.
Okay.
One of the commenters said that the tubular and the Italian, because I think when I was doing my Italian video, I had said that sometimes people seem to call the Italian and the tubular the same thing. And one person said, no, 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 they're totally different. The tubular uses a provisional cast on. So I had to do a lot of searching to find a video that actually showed one with the provisional cast on. So I found one, a Very Pink Knits tutorial. So she used the crochet hook.
Yep.
And so look at that. I did drop a stitch. Look at that. Okay. This will be third time will be the charm, right? But
Yes.
even though if we just ignore that, I think I really like this.
It looks squishy.
It does look squishy, and it looks really stretchy. And the bottom looks nice.
Oh, yeah, yeah. Yep.
And it's completely reversible, just like the Italian cast on, because the Italian was one that I wasn't really so sure I liked. Okay. Anyway, I'm gonna practice this again while we're chit-chatting this morning. Hopefully every time will get better, right? But it's I'm blaming the fact that it starts out using a crochet hook. My crochet skills are really, really rusty, so it'll be good for me to practice. But let me show you my knitting finish. Do you know what it is? Do you have a guess?
Your green socks.
Yes. Look at this.
Oh, so awesome.
Look at this. Done.
Good job.
Oh, they took forever.
They look huge.
I know. I know. They do look huge, don't they? The leg, I don't know. And it's only a 7-inch leg. It's what I normally do. I don't know if it's because the ribbing makes it look really skinny and tall. But it's And
It's
it's
just the foot looks really big to me, not the.
I know the foot looks big too, but I wanted it to fit. I don't know. I just guessed at the foot size. I'll have to have him try them on. But I used my chart, and I actually I'm worried that they might be a little bit short according to the chart that I had, like by kind of go by your shoe size. It means you should knit your sock length so many inches.
Right.
But you know
Did
what? Honestly, I would love them to be too long, because then when I knit socks in the future, I could do them shorter.
did you try it on?
No, I tried the leg on. I tried at one point, I tried the leg, and the leg, because ripping is always so deceiving, right? But it stretches because it looks really skinny, but it's got lots of stretch.
I do a lot of mine with a ribbed leg too.
Yeah, and it feels nice, doesn't it?
I like them. Yeah, the way they fit.
Nice and snug. I am not doing a ribbed leg though for our sock challenge over Easter weekend, because
Because they take longer.
they take longer. I know. And that sock challenge is all about speed for me, not comfort. It's just about seeing if I can get it done. But anyways, these are done. My February socks, sock pair number 2 for this year, done.
Yay!
I think you mentioned last week about getting a pair sock blockers, didn't you?
I do have some, yes.
Well, I have, like everything else, I swear everything that comes into this house multiplies. I bet you I have, I don't know, 6 pairs at least, maybe more. But they're all really big.
Yeah.
And I always feel like if I put my sock on them, that it's really going to stretch it out. But I pulled this one off the wall. I have this pair hanging on the wall behind the mannequins. Do you remember seeing this one?
Yes. Yes, I do.
And I found this at a vintage thrift shop, and I couldn't not buy it just because it is so massively big.
I betcha those socks would fit on it.
Do you think so?
I do think so.
Should I try it?
You should try it.
How do I do this?
So you should knit stockings that go all the way up to the top.
I should, shouldn't I? Oh my God.
Just for fun. Make
Just
them out of worsted weight.
Ooh. Oh my God, it totally fits on here.
You can wear them at the cottage. Right up past your knee, keep you warm.
That's right.
Oh yeah, they're nuts big.
Totally. Look at that. Oh my gosh. So this splurge, I just bought them because they were like so amazing. Like the sock blockers, because they were so big and cool looking. Look at that. It's functional too. Oh, doesn't that look pretty?
Love it.
I like it. I may just leave this. Now I feel like I need to knit socks just for my sock blockers hanging on the wall.
Yeah. I think I need to buy more Croy yarn because they have so many more new nice colors.
I have this urge to go to Lens Mills today.
Well, I'll pick you up. Let's go.
Okay, everybody, if this podcast is not up Friday night, you know that I went to Lens Mills instead of editing. I could be talked into that. That could be a necessary trip. I know, Croy. Somebody asked me if I had made a dent in my 700 plus balls of Croy. And I didn't answer because I have a feeling the answer is no. Because I've knit some of the ones, because this was stash yarn, and this is almost 3 balls, right? Because they're men's size, so you have to use like 2.5 balls. This came out of my stash, but I think I bought 6 balls before Christmas.
But
So
guess who wants outside? Guess who wants outside again?
Oh, of course he does. Because you're right there, right by the door, so you're handy, right?
Crying.
I think I'm going to set these here just so we can admire them. You're handy. You're like right there for him to ask to go out. Okay, so what have you been working on? Did you work on any socks this week?
I worked on the same pair. I think I've gotten a little bit of progress.
I love that bag.
My puppies, my good boy bag. So it's
Oh, look how big they are.
getting there.
Oh, I like that. Look how fun and bright those colors are.
They are bright.
So how much farther do you have to do for, oh, there you go.
So I usually knit about 7.5 inches for my foot
Yeah,
before I, so I'm almost there. I'm at 7 inches.
yeah, you're really, yeah, that's exciting.
It is. So another inch, and then I'll carry this pattern on this broken rib pattern on the whole leg all the way up.
Okay. I like that.
In case anybody doesn't know, this is the sock ruler.
So where did you get that? Because I have always wanted to get one, and it's
If you Google it, you can find them online. There's different people, I think, that sell them in their shops, but I ordered it right from the original
oh, did
people.
you? Right
Yeah,
from there.
yeah. They're in the States.
Now
I
is it
got it. Oh, sockruler.com.
sockruler.com?
Yeah,
Is yours plastic or is it wood?
it's plastic. Yeah.
Plastic. Hmm.
I love it so much. I ordered and got my mom one too.
You know, oh, I wish I had. I'll have to see if I can find this for next week or for some week down the road when I do find it. One of my students brought in, it's a ribbon. So it's the exact same idea as the sock ruler, but it was just on a ribbon with measurements on it. And it was her mother-in-law, somebody had given it to her, and it was really old and it was really cool looking. Just but the same idea for socks. I know. And so I have it here. I've tucked it away somewhere. I'll have to see if I can come across it again. And I'll show it to you.
Cool.
But yeah, sock ruler. Oh my goodness, I'm gonna have a good birthday. When we record the week of my birthday, we're gonna have to allocate probably an extra 20 minutes for purchases because I'm making a list. I have this feeling I need to upgrade a lot of my tools, my accessories. Did you see my post about my yarn swift this a couple days ago?
Yes, I did. You definitely need a new one.
I know. I have if you guys didn't see it on Instagram, I have this metal umbrella swift. So it's metal and then the all the little zigzaggy pieces are covered in plastic. And they're all oh, maybe I can reach it. Can I? Ooh, maybe. Anyways, okay. It's all connected with little metal rings.
Rings.
And there's like, I don't know, there's a lot of them. And I thought about going around and I could maybe try to pinch them all closed, but and it does so well because I try really carefully when I'm winding to hold the yarn away from the swift.
Mhm.
But I guess this time I didn't. And it just like it can just like in a split second, that yarn just goes through that split in the ring and then it's caught in there. And do you think it went in there so quickly? Do you think you can get it out just as quickly? It was, thank goodness I was almost done the skein. So I ended up finding the end on the swift and winding it from that end. And I had a little teeny ball and it was just, I couldn't get it untangled while the majority was on the ball winder and the rest was wrapped around and these rings were fiddly and kept turning on me. Oh, it was a nightmare, and I'd been debating. I thought, "Oh, I just wanted, like, a really nice the wooden one because, they're pretty. They look nice. The wood looks nice, but mostly because it doesn't have those silly rings because 'cause they're tied together."
Yeah, mine's tied with like a string or whatever.
Yeah. So I thought, so all the while, right, I've been contemplating and thinking, "Do I order one? Do I not?" And I always come back to, like, why would I spend $70 or whatever they are when this one does work? Well, the other morning I was trying to wind this ball of yarn before I went to work and I didn't have a whole lot of time and then it gets tangled and I'm like, that's it.
Good enough reason for me.
I think I am done. I think I wind enough balls of yarn that I'm I'm going to order a new one. So I asked for some people's suggestions and they had, you know, a lot of people said ones that they had. Um and where did I look? So I looked on Little Red Mittens website, but they were out of stock. And
Mhm.
I messaged Suzanne from Knit Stitch and she's out of stock too, but she has some coming. So
Oh,
she's
did she get them? I didn't know that she got them.
so well they're coming. They're coming. So
I ordered mine off Amazon.
did you?
Yeah,
Well, I had looked on Knit Picks because Knit Picks has
they have some different ones too.
yeah,
Yeah.
and they've got the one that's like the natural wood. I think it's birch, and they also have one that's black. And I'm
Oh, I
black one.
haven't I haven't bought from them in a really long time because I just I hate that the shipping's so expensive.
Yep.
And not that I mind to pay shipping. I mean, it costs to ship, but
Yeah.
sometimes some places are just a little exorbitant.
Well, and
And and the exchange rate has not been that good, but it's better right now.
is it?
Yeah. Um, I bought my ball winder from Knit Picks, but the crank has broke off, like the little handle on the crank
Yeah.
has broke off. So now I turn it without. It's kind of a pain. I need a new one.
Well, it's funny that you should say that. I've got mine sitting right here. I can actually grab this one. So I think this came from Knit Picks too.
Mine, yeah, mine looks just like that.
That
But you have more of a handle than I have.
okay, yeah. My handle's here, but there was a little blue flat square piece that
Mine, yeah,
made it more comfortable and it came off a while ago. Yeah, so there's these little prongs here. I know it so it's not real comfortable, but there
yeah.
again I'm like, "Oh, it works." Do I spend the money? Do I?
Mine broke that little peg right off.
Oh,
So I have to turn like the arm
so you gotta
somehow.
hold this. So this whole piece broke off on yours.
Yeah,
Okay, that would be yeah. So you have to do something like this.
kind of. Yeah, I hold it at the tip, but yeah, it's a pain.
It's a pain. See, and mine still works, so I probably won't splurge. I won't do anything with it. I'll just keep. But yeah, I think the ball winder or the Swift, I've had enough.
I have two Swifts, and one is the one that sits on the table and it's the
Yeah,
crossbars and it has the pegs, which it works fine, but it takes up a lot of room. Like you have to clear a big space for it to spin around on your table.
true.
And it doesn't spin quite as freely as what the umbrella one does.
Oh no. Okay.
Yeah. I don't know if you could maybe wax the peg that it spins on or
Yeah.
something maybe, but yeah.
And does yours have, can you make it the pegs that the upright pegs on all four corners? Can you move those in? So like if you
Yeah,
have,
there's at least 3 or 4 different adjustments for
yeah.
how big your hank is.
Hmm. Yeah, and I didn't see any of those even advertised anywhere.
Yeah,
So
I don't remember. I might have got that one on Amazon too. I can't remember. I'm terrible. I shop Amazon a lot.
well, that's what somebody did leave me a comment and they said, oh, because a couple people had said, check Knit Picks or check Michael's oh, for heaven's sakes, I'd used the wrong yarn. Okay, I guess the sample.
Do not talk and knit at the same time.
Hold on. I'm going to grab a different color. How about this? Okay. Yeah, I know. Don't talk and knit and try to, yeah, something that you're trying to figure out, learn. Bad combination, especially for me. Can't.
So is this classic worsted that you're
Yeah.
knitting?
Yep.
That's
So
what I make all my stuffies out of with all the odds and ends.
is it? Oh, I got lots of odds and ends for you. So this, yeah, this was one of their new colorways, kind of this icy blue, and I really like it. So I did my with my crochet hook. I changed some stitches. I just cast on with the provisional crochet, cast on 10 stitches. I forgot to chain stitches at the end, so I'm just going to leave it as is with a loop. And now I'm going to use my, this would ideally be my working yarn, and I'm going to just work stockinette for 4 or 6 rows.
So are you supposed to chain a few at the after you put them on the needle, or
Yeah, it
are
said to
you
chain
supposed
some
to be
at the
able to
beginning.
pull it out after?
Yeah, so this is the end I'm going to pull out. And
Okay.
when I was doing it Monday night, well, I didn't have scissors with me to cut this end off. So I couldn't pull out my provisional very well, so it was kind of a, it didn't work so well. So I'm just, but this way I know which end. This is the end I'm going to pull out.
Yeah.
So as long as I don't, I guess, accidentally pull it out while I'm knitting. Might as well have that happen too. I'll just be really, well, I'll try to be, you know what? I'm going to tuck my tail through the loop. That will stop it if I'm going too far.
Well,
I do accidentally pull it. Okay, so I'm just going to work some stockinette. So, yeah, so anyways, Swifts. Yeah, I think I'm going to order one for my birthday.
good idea.
Get one from, yeah, have Suzanne put one on hold for when her shipment comes in, and I'll go pick it up from her shop and do a curbside pickup there. And I am, as long as there's Area 51 has some Bridgerton colors still in stock,
Order one.
I was going to order from there. I talked with, well, Amber and I have chatted a few times because her birthday is next month. So we may just do an order together.
Mhm.
And yeah, so then maybe that. Now I'm thinking I need a sock ruler.
Sure.
I think that is more of, that would be a need, right?
Yeah, well, it is a need.
It is a need.
They're more beneficial if you knit toe up.
Well,
But not necessarily. My mom doesn't knit toe up. She uses hers all the time.
yeah. Well, my next pair of socks is going to be toe up. The one, do you want to see the yarn that I was winding that got caught on my Swift?
Of course I do.
It's way too pretty of yarn to get caught in a middle ring. Look at those.
So is the base pink too, or just the speckles?
It's very, in some spots it's really light pink, in some spots it's white.
Nice.
Yeah. Nice. Yeah.
Very.
There. Yeah, it's very pretty. And everybody's, laughing at me because they're like, why do you have pink yarn? Because pink is not something I normally would buy, right? But I had bought this thinking of my mom originally, and it sat in my stash. So it's Leo and Roxy Love Bug. It's their MCN. So it's
Oh, nice.
really, yeah. So it's gonna be socks. I bought it for my mom thinking it would be a shawl because I just thought, oh, MCN seems a little too nice maybe for socks. But I've decided that no, I need fancy socks.
Yeah.
And they're going to be shorties, and they're going to be because this is going to be my March socks, right? And it is now what, March 19th. So I thought, yeah, I need to knit these quick, so they're just going to be little shorty socks.
Well, you could get 2 pair of shorty socks out of that.
I'm hoping so. And I'm going to give one pair away, and I think I'm going to keep one pair for myself. Or maybe I should give a pair to my mom since I bought the yarn for her, right?
There you go.
Yeah. But you know what's funny? When I showed this, I don't know, I either posted a picture or Monday night's video, and 2 other ladies from my guild posted pictures and they had the exact same yarn in their stash. It's called Love Bug. It's very pretty.
It is.
So that's going to be my cast on.
Awesome.
Have you thought any more about our Easter sock knitting challenge?
No, but I have lots of things I can just grab and cast on.
I'm starting to think more and more about it. And you know what I'm almost leaning towards? That sounds way too responsible for me to be thinking. But I have two single socks, right? My flamingo from Songbird Fibers, I have one sock, and I have one sock from Timber Fibers. So I might just I'm thinking. Before I was all like, nope, I'm casting on, I'm gonna wind up a new skein, I'm gonna cast on something new. Now I'm kind of thinking, maybe I should just knit two. And see, now I'm getting really way ahead of myself, thinking, it's a 3-day weekend. I want to see if I can get one sock done in a day. Wonder if I could get two socks done in the whole weekend. Then I would have two finished pairs.
I don't know that I can knit 2 socks in the weekend. I guess if I sat and did nothing else.
Well, that's basically what I'm planning.
Yeah.
But I don't know. See, I know I shouldn't even.
Well, I'm hoping to have these ones done. Well, that's 2 weeks away. So we got 2 full weeks.
2 full weeks.
So I'm hoping to get these done. I should be able to get these done in 2 weeks. I've only done this much in a week and a half, so I'm
I
too
know.
shocked.
I like how we're so optimistic. It's like we haven't done it up until now, but yeah, I can still get it done.
But I've been doing other things too, so
Yeah.
if I focus,
Well,
weeks will come back and I'll be like, I have socks, that's it.
I have socks in this bag. This was supposed to be my March whip project that I was supposed to get done. I have to try and get that done in the next couple of weeks too. I can't have Jocelyn beating me on our whip challenge. That would never work. That could never. It's good having a challenge with somebody. It keeps you accountable, right?
That's true.
Okay, I've got a little bit of stockinette done here. So I'm going to take out, okay, let's see. No, that's not going to, wait. Yeah, there we go. See if the third time's the charm.
This is your third go?
Yeah, because I did one Monday night live, which you should never do for the first time live because you know how
it out.
you're going to go. But I figure my Monday night lives is just real life knitting. What people see live is exactly what I would be doing if I was sitting at home knitting. So you get what you get. It is not pre-planned. It's just, oh shoot. All right. Okay. There. Okay. There's my stockinette, my provisional cast on. The working yarn was at the wrong end of the needle.
Oh no.
Okay, so this is entirely a lesson on what not to do. Well, isn't you always learn better from mistakes, right? This is why I've cast on 10 stitches and not a whole hat or something. Okay.
What's the difference You know, you're confident enough just to rip it out, stick it back on the needles again, right?
Yeah, well, exactly. Because yeah, you can't be scared of your knitting. Okay, there
Exactly.
I am. Needle tips, working yarn. Now I'm going to fold it up like a sock too. And then there's my tail. We're not going to knit with that. And then my spare needle. So now, so I've got stitches on 2 needles. The first one I'm going to knit as knits. The stitches from the back I'm going to knit as purls. So I could do, I'm going to do knit 2, purl 2. So I'm going to knit 2 from my, what's my front side stitch, my front side needle. So I cast on, okay, so there's 2 stitches. So now from the back needle, I'm going to purl these on. And then I'll have my stitches set up for ribbing on the straight needle. Back to my front needle and knit 2.
Does it matter how many rows of stockinette you did to begin with, or
Well,
you wouldn't want to do too many, right?
no, that's what I think. And that's what Monday night I was using this really a thicker yarn than I should have for my needle size. And I probably should have done an extra couple of rows because it ended up getting really tight. But this is feeling much nicer.
This sort of reminds me of doing a picot edge
Yeah,
cast on
that's
or
fun.
cast. Yeah.
Well, see, and that's now I when so the very pink knits video that I watched it. I didn't even listen to it because I was out somewhere and I just had the volume turned off, so I was just watching her. So I don't even know what she said to do, but I'm thinking that you are going to want to have, okay, knit, because you end up with twice the amount of stitches. And somebody asked me in the comment section, they're like, well, what do you mean twice the number of stitches? So I cast on 10 stitches, but you end up with double because it's provisional. So I put 10 stitches on, but you've got 10 live loops
The other.
and 10. Yeah. So now that I've picked them all up, I'm going to have 20. There. Okay, let me count and see what I've got here. 1, 2, 4, 19, 20. And they're all on. Nothing is dropped. I think,
Yay.
look, okay, so look at that. Can you see? You can see purls and knits and purls and knits and purls. It's got a fair amount of stretch. Okay, so there's the bottom. I think I still like the look of the bottom of the alternating cable cast on a little better. This looks exactly like the Italian cast on did, which is not bad. But you can definitely see your stitches go from one side and see it travel across the cast on edge and up the other side.
So when you went up, like once you knit up further, is that bottom edge not going to be tight because it's actually only 10 and not 20?
Well, that would be, I don't know. Let me knit a little more on here.
Yeah, you know what I mean, right?
Yeah, I know what you mean. Because you're right. It was, I don't know. And you can see just like, I wonder if I can do that. Remember on the Italian last week, I was able to pull out that loop and it kind of just, that string, because it was one string going
Yeah,
through all the strands.
you
That's what,
should have that.
well, see, can you see?
Well,
You can kind of see something traveling along there.
because that would just be your one row.
Yeah. I don't know. Let me knit a couple of rows. I'll do some ribbing here.
So do you want to see what I started last night while you're knitting that?
I do. You started something new?
Well, last week I talked about doing some
Fingerless gloves.
fingerless mitts. So I did find the pattern. I have a feeling that this was a free pattern on Ravelry.
Okay.
Or maybe not. I can't remember. So they're called Lacy fingerless gloves.
Oh, that's cute.
Yeah, they just have a nice little lace pattern up the top. So she's done a twisted rib, which is not, I don't care for it. It's just a personal preference. These are by Rosemary Falk. It says copyright 2009 Mary Falk. So I'm guessing that's the designer. So they're done in fingering. Yeah.
So how much yarn? It wouldn't take a lot of yarn. Could you get a pair of those out of 50 grams, like a 50-gram ball of Croy?
I believe my mom, yes,
Yeah.
you can get a pair out of one ball.
Okay. Ooh.
So I got those started last night. I've got one repeat of the pattern.
Oh, look how cute that is.
Yeah, it's only like 48 stitches, so, but
Nice.
it's quite stretchy.
Okay, what kind of cast on did you use?
I used a long tail because, go to.
Go to, exactly. I know that's what I probably would do.
I
Very
haven't knit on DPNs in a really long time.
Are you liking
So I'm doing, they call for a 2.75, but I'm using a 2.5 because I know I always knit loose. So I always just what I always go down one.
Yeah.
But I like it. I like it. I like it. And this is yarn from the Loving Path, and I'm not going to say what colorway it is because I think this was her nutkin when she first started dyeing it, and I think she changed the recipe a bit to what it is now.
Okay, so it's not quite.
Debbie, don't shoot me if I've got this wrong, but I know this is not exactly the same as what her nutkin is now, but that's what my tag says.
Well, see, as soon as you held it up, that's what I thought it was.
Yeah, this has purple in it though, and it doesn't have purple now. This might have been a one of a kind and she just gave me the tag. I don't know, but it's an MCN.
Ooh, so it's nice too.
It's really beautiful.
Merino cashmere nylon.
Yes. So it's like a beigey kind of color, and then it has little blips, tiny blips of blue, and then a little tiny bit of maybe rust, and there's some purple in there, like an orangey rust little.
Okay,
Oh, I love it. It's so
I
pretty.
like it. Well, you
So
know,
I got nuggets in here because I made one pair of a different pattern. I didn't like it. I ripped them out. Then I got the balls. I got two nuggets.
so you're just gonna work
I'm
all.
working from the nuggets. They should be enough to get a whole mitt, and then I still got all two of these left over.
You can make your girls Easter fingerless mitts.
They,
So I'm just thinking, you could all have matching pair.
yeah, I don't think they would wear them.
They wouldn't see the excitement in that.
No.
Oh,
Oh, I got a little laugh from the peanut bat gallery out there.
oh, she's listening to us, is she? So
Yeah.
that was yeah, no.
Yeah. So that's when I started them last night, and I'm hoping I'll have them done by next week. We'll see what happens.
That went really quick. Yeah, if you just did that last
They're
night,
fast. They're
good.
pretty fast. So I'm just, as you go up the lace, there is a thumb gusset,
Okay,
which is, I like and there's a right and a left
okay.
too. So they have a nice fit. My mom's made dozens, like a dozen pair of them, and
Oh,
yeah.
well, that's good. I like it when you have like your tried and true pattern, right? That you always
Yeah.
just want to keep going back to.
Yeah, and she's made them without the little lace, and they're nice too.
Oh
But
yeah,
they're,
well yeah, you could do that too. Or you could get fancy and you could design your own, put your own little lace pattern in there.
I know, I was thinking about that this morning.
Yeah.
Of course, there's probably a million patterns for them out there already. But
Well, yeah, that's it, right? Okay. What do you think? So it does kind of the bottom does pull in a bit, doesn't it?
a little bit,
Depends how. Maybe after you've blocked it. I mean, it like it goes
but
to there.
ribs squishes together anyways, right?
Yeah.
So it might be nice, like to hold the shape, say, on a cuff or the bottom of a sweater, or
Mhm. Yeah, something where you don't want it to have. You've got
you don't
enough
want it to
stretch.
flare. Right?
Yeah, you've got enough stretch to get it on,
Yeah,
but not too much that it'll flare.
or well, I guess you wouldn't start a collar, would you? I guess if you're doing a top down.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe. Wonder if anybody's. Yeah, that this will be a good. We'll probably get lots of comments, people saying what they've used it for, either yes or no. But it's I think I do kind of like the look of it.
Mhm.
Not bad. Another option. Might still like the alternating cable, the look of it a little the best, but that was all. That was, I mean, that was not bad, not bad.
So are you trying these from your book that you were showing when we were chatting Wednesday night?
Yeah, I've got this book here. I think I might have gotten this book years ago when I went to Rhinebeck. Yeah, 211 Ways.
Wow.
That's if we podcast weekly, this
Which
is
one did I use?
how many this will do us how many years worth if I worked through that. But yeah, begin and end your knitting. Isn't that crazy to know there's that many possibilities? So, and then, yeah, when we were chatting Wednesday night, Trish reminded me of the other book, which I had on my bookshelf. But I'm glad she mentioned it because I'd forgotten it was tucked up in there. So cast on.
I'm only 54, so
And this one, but sometimes you need more than one book, right? Because this one here, I have to look. I'm sure this cast on off. Well, we were talking about cast offs, about doing a tubular cast off. And I hadn't even thought that far ahead. I was just trying to master the cast on. Now, this book here has about 3, 4, 5 different ways to do a tubular cast off.
oh, okay.
Some of them were talking about Kitchener stitching and ribbing. And this one here had a really nice one that looked very close to the cast on edge. So this is good. This is going to be my weekend excitement. My Friday night after I do the live tonight from 6 to 8 over on the Fibre Friends Facebook group is our live knit night. So at 8:05, I'm going to be sitting down with these books. And now that I have an actual little swatch on here, I can play around with how to cast it off and get a matching edge. That is my Friday night excitement.
Woohoo.
I know. I don't know what anybody else is doing. Oops. On their Friday night, but that's what I'm doing on mine. I like that. The more I look at it, the more I like it.
It's nice and clean looking.
It is. It is. And there again, if you're doing double knitting or something you really want to see both sides of, or even a scarf,
Yeah.
scarf, right? Because you're going to see both sides of this
So
does.
if you have a cast off that does the same thing, then on both ends,
Yeah, which
you'll
would
have
be
a nice
perfect.
clean end.
All of those scarves that I did,
Now your scarf knitting is going to be up to a whole new level.
I'm gonna level up my scarf knitting. Scarf, scarf. Oh my God, that's like a tongue twister.
Scarf
Scarf.
knitting.
Because I'm thinking all those mistake rib scarves that I did, I just did a long tail cast on. And then when I cast off in pattern, just knit and pearls. And it looked okay. But I don't, but there again, maybe now knowing what I know, if I go back and look at the ends, I'll be like, oh my gosh, what was I thinking? But there again, I don't know. How often do you ever look at both ends of your scarf when you're wearing it?
Exactly.
But now that you know, you'll never not know, right? So it would be nice maybe to have matching edges.
That would be cool.
Oh, look at that. Some whole new project. I will have to cast on a scarf now just so I can do it.
Do you think it's long enough? I want to cast off.
That's right. Well, in my case, I'll have to be like, I'll have to like knit quick before I forget how to do the cast off. Once I've learned it, doing like a big long scarf is maybe not the project to do. But I know. I know I know I like it. Something new. I think it's always good to have something new. Then you've got options. And
Yes.
if you choose just go back and do your long tail, well, that's totally fine too. But if you want to add some excitement to your knitting, you can try this would be a good one to do.
It's always good for the brain to learn new things.
No, it's kind of fun too. I'm especially now that even how many mistakes did I do doing this? I feel very proud of myself that well, stuck with it and just didn't say, forget this, go back to long tail. And I got it, I did it. And it involved a crochet hook and crocheting. I'm just, it's like extra special. Getting some crochet practice in there too. All right, so that's that.
That's that.
Oh, what?
Well,
So fingerless mitts for you. That's really exciting.
yeah. Do you want to see my progress on my sweater?
Yes, I do.
Because you know I was knitting on it.
I knew, yes, I saw it Wednesday night. And you said, then I know you said you got the color. Oh, look at that. The back's all done. So the whole body's done.
The whole
Look
body.
at that.
And
Oh,
it looks humongous. Probably isn't as humongous as I feel it is, but
well, you were going for oversized comfy, right?
it's going to be cozy.
Because this is going to be your camping sweater.
Yeah.
That is so pretty. And what a difference it looks when you took off those moose.
Yeah.
It just gives it a whole different feel. I love those diamonds up at the top. Well done.
Yeah. I was going to start the sleeves last night, and then I said, nope, I want to start those fingerless mitts because now I want to knit them.
I know. Well,
So that's that. At least because by the time I was doing the last front section, it's like so big to try and turn it around. Oh, you're knitting this far across and you got to keep turning it around. But
it looks fantastic.
yeah, I'm pleased with it.
Oh my gosh, I can't wait for you to model it in a few weeks. So one sleeve and another sleeve, and then you'll be done.
Well, I'm trying to decide if I'm going to knit both sleeves at the same time.
Oh, yeah, that always sounds like a great idea.
Well, they're knit flat.
Okay.
So I always knit when I'm doing like all my other sweaters, I've knit the sleeves like magic loop two at a time, like how I do my socks, right?
Okay, yeah, yeah,
Then they're exactly the same length and whatever.
yeah.
They'll be the same length on these two because it's a color work pattern. So
Can't you can't
what's
really, well, I guess I should say not say it's impossible because I have found over the years if there's a way to mess it up, I somehow seem to do it.
yeah. So
But yeah, but you're right. Color work, you're following rows and whatever, so they shouldn't get off track.
no.
But maybe
So
is it more like a psychological thing? Like if you've got two and you're doing two at a time, then when you're done, you're done.
I know that's where I'm at.
Yeah.
I like the, knitting one and then knitting the others. Like,
So, but if you've got color work though, right? Because the color work's on the sleeves too, isn't it? Or are they, yeah.
so you're only ever using two colors at any given time.
So you'll have to have like two colors and two colors. And that's just starting to make me go like, oh, like so many
So
balls.
I'll have 4 balls on the go.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know
I'll
if
probably just do one at a time.
I think I probably would because I think that just doing color work, I don't know, just the fiddling around with the extra two ball. I don't know. It's kind of silly. It's only an extra two. Wouldn't be a big deal, would it?
Not overly, but
No.
when
Ah,
you have it sitting on your lap, you got to have your balls organized and,
yeah.
organize your balls.
We're gonna, that's exciting. A sweater. I know. I love seeing your sweater progress. I'm living my sweater knitting through you right now because I haven't picked up mine since I didn't pick it up at all because I was so focused. My knitting goal for the week was to get those green socks done.
And
So
what do you
maybe
knit on now?
oh goodness, this is that crazy mitt. Remember that weird looking mitt I showed you last week?
Weird looking mitt.
The weird looking mitt. Well, I decided because I thought long and hard on this because I thought, oh, maybe I should just forget about it, call it a fail, and move on to more exciting knitting. But I talked with, where's my mitten? So, our guild ladies, every Tuesday night, we do a Zoom guild meeting. And I'm like, has anybody else finished this mitt? And Charlene she's got the two of them knit, but she hadn't sewn them together yet. And I'm like, I don't know what I think about this mitt. But Kathy, who had done them, see, this is better if you put it on the other hand. And somebody left a comment last week when I was talking about these funny looking things. And she said, what if you put it on the other hand? And I thought, well, they're called the ambidextrous mittens by Elizabeth Zimmerman. So you're supposed to be able to switch them around. And all the pictures in the pattern show it like this, where you've got the
With the
seam.
seam up the middle.
Yeah,
Yeah.
to make it look decorative. So I thought, okay, maybe that's how it's supposed to go. But Kathy said who she's knit a few pairs of these, and I don't know if I don't know where she's read it someplace else. And she says, well, no, she said, actually, it says in somewhere that she read that you can put them on either hand and you can have them look however. And so if you switch hands, then the seam does go up
Yeah. Then
the
they look
side, right?
symmetrical at
So
the
then
top.
and she said, and her mitt does kind of have the wideness at the top too. But I guess once you're done, it's still a mitt. You can wear it.
Well, it doesn't look as weird like that as it does with the thing poking out at the front
Yeah.
or the back.
So there. So I thought, okay, well, we'll just forget about having the fanciness up the palm and the back of your hand. Just put the seams on the side where they should be and carry on. So I did decide to do mitten number two because I don't know, I just couldn't leave them. I didn't want to be defeated. I didn't want to have a mitten defeat me. And I did change up my short rows a little bit because at some point when I was talking about these, I had this aha moment that we're doing short rows across the top right now.
Mhm.
And I thought, well, okay, that's the whole purpose of short rows is to do some shaping.
Right.
And because I thought this was too wide, I thought, well, I'll just narrow in my short rows. So I won't be knitting as much on these edges. So hopefully there'll be a little less and they'll look more like that. So that's what I'm trying to do on here. So I didn't knit my short rows as far out to the edge. They're more, I stopped them only one stitch on either side.
Mhm.
So it'll be hopefully a little more pointed.
Bring it in a little more.
Yeah, bring it in a little more. We will see. But anyway, I'm going to get them finished. I do have to say though that I keep looking at them and going, I have to do the thumb. Pick up those stitches and do the same thing. So hopefully next week, maybe we'll both have finished mittens next week, will we?
How is the thumb knit on those? Is it just in the round or?
No, apparently it's done the same way. You pick up half, so there's 6 stitches. I've got 6 stitches on a holder down here. So you go back in and you pick up 6 stitches and you knit the thumb flat
Up and then over
up,
and then
and then yep, you bend it over and you graft it together.
that seems like a lot of work.
It does, doesn't it? No, I'm not really entirely sure well, I guess I do. I think I do know what I think of these mitts. I just don't really want to say it out loud. Chances of me knitting these mittens again are probably 0. But if you
Never
are
hurts to try.
well, you never know unless you try, right?
Yeah.
And it is kind of a fun concept. And maybe the key is if you're somebody who doesn't like DPNs or you don't like knitting in the round, these would be the thing for you.
Yeah.
So there's probably some people out there that will love this option. But I think I'll be just as happy to go back to knitting them in the round from here on out. But at least I'll be able to say I've done them. And March for our guild is mitten month. So if I can get mittens done this week, I will have my guild project done and I won't feel like I'm behind. Which is always a good thing, I suppose.
Mhm.
Do you make mittens very often? I mean, you're doing the fingerless ones, but do you do full like color work ones or anything?
Never.
Never?
No. Because I don't ever wear them.
So, but you'll wear the fingerless ones?
Yes,
Okay.
I think I will. So for driving, I like my leather gloves.
Okay.
And yeah, I've never knit a pair of mitts for myself. I used to knit mitts for the kids all the time when they were little,
Yeah.
but
I was thinking that maybe in the fall we should have a mitten knit along or something.
we could do like the really the color work ones or
Yeah.
something.
Yeah. You could do fingerless ones if you wanted to.
Well, I could knit full mitts too. You never know. I could wear them at some point for something. Go for a walk if I ever go for a walk.
I know sometimes it's like if it's that cold out that you need to be bundled up that much, yeah, maybe it's not the time to go for a walk, right? But okay,
Exactly.
we can put that on the back burner. We can think about that at the end of the summer. Maybe that would be a fun thing to do. Oh, okay. Look at my short rows. I think it's looking better already.
Yeah.
We'll see. We will see. I hope so. Oh, so what are your knitting goals for this weekend? It's Friday night. Mittens or sweater for you?
Mittens.
Mittens. You're all excited about those now?
Yeah.
Have you done, well, I guess you haven't done quite enough to figure out like how long it takes you to do a lace panel.
Well, like I started these just last night at now I don't know. Well, I finished off that front piece because I had started it the night before. So I finished it and then I got these out. And that was around 10 o'clock. So I only knit like an hour and a half.
Oh, wow.
So
That's
I probably could finish this one tonight.
that's exciting. I was I always like doing the math, right? Like figuring out like a repeat or so many rows. I sit and figure how many minutes it takes me.
Like the pattern itself is only 8 rows and there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's 5 repeats of the pattern up the back of the hand. So
That's only like 40 rounds.
yeah.
Hmm. Yeah, and
Well, 8 times 5.
8 times 5 is
Yeah,
yeah, yeah,
40.
yeah. That's totally doable, isn't
And
it?
then like an inch of ribbing and then your thumb, which is basically, I think just a few rounds of stockinette, and then an inch of ribbing.
Hmm.
It's no fun.
No.
So that won't take long. But weekends seem to be my stitching time. I've
Oh,
been
yeah.
I've been stitching on the weekend and then knitting through the week. So
Well, that's a good
you
way
want
to
to
do
see
it.
what I finished on
Yes. You
my
were.
Fruits Plenty sale?
Look, you got a flower in there.
So I'm about half done this inside.
Oh, Cheryl, that is beautiful.
So I should have that done like, you know, this weekend for sure.
Oh, look at you. That's gorgeous. Do you have any idea where you're going to hang it when you're
Love it.
finished?
No, it won't be done until the end of the year. So
That's right, because you've got one square every month.
we get a portion of it every month. So
Nice. That's a good one. You know what? I actually like that idea because when you get patterns that are like so many well, like 12 pages long, it
yeah,
seems so overwhelming and it seems like you'll never get it done. But this way, when you're only getting it each month, you're getting a chunk of it, seems so
yeah.
much more doable.
Well, yeah. And like some of them I've taken the whole month to do it, but I'm doing other things. But this month I've kind of been pacing it out.
Yeah,
I'll have it done, like clearly there's 2 weeks left of the month, so I have lots of time. Of course, now I'm not working on the other one either. I got to pull it out maybe and start working on a page of it
a
too.
little bit. I know. How do the months go by so quickly? And now spring is here. This weekend marks the official
Yes,
calendar
Sunday.
by Sunday is spring.
Yeah.
Now this is where I want time to slow down.
Oh, I think it says actually Saturday is the first day of spring.
Is it Saturday?
The 20th. Yep.
Oh, the 20th? Oh, I was thinking it was the 21st.
I always thought 21st too, but my calendar says first day of
Saturday?
spring is on the 20th. What does it know?
And whatever.
What does it
I've been
know?
I've been in spring mode since March 1st. I've been waiting for spring. And
Yeah.
it's nice when going for walks and you can see daffodils up out of the ground and little snowbells are blooming. So spring is here. I like it. Maybe Easter weekend. Oh, we should maybe talk about the sock knitting challenge for a second too. So if
Sure.
anybody is watching us for the first time this weekend, over Easter weekend, we're going to do a sock knitting challenge. Friday, Saturday, Sunday. We're going to set aside 3 days, and it is a sock knitting challenge that you pick for yourself. It can be anything. It could be a pattern, it could be a technique. You can try to speed knit like I'm going to try to do. You could try to get a sock finish that's already on your needles. Anything goes. Like some people are going to try a different heel. Some people are going to try a 9-inch circular for the first time. I want to try to see if I can get a sock in 24 hours. Still don't know. Everybody keeps telling me not to doubt myself, but I don't know. But it's going to be fun. And we're just going to post lots of pictures on the Fibre Friends Facebook page and just see what everybody's going to do. So I'm having lots of fun trying to decide what my yarn is. And like I said earlier, right, the pull to finish is I don't know, maybe I know I should do that. I don't know. And you were going to do baby socks, right?
I was thinking about it, but we'll see what happens.
And then what would you do with the baby socks?
Oh, I don't know.
Just put them away till.
Yeah, I used to take them to shows with me because they're a good way to use up my leftovers. I always have just a little bit left over when I do a pair of socks because I knit my leg the same length as my foot.
Right.
And so yeah, I always have a little bit left over, and it was always just long enough for a pair of baby socks. So it's a good way to use it up. And you know, somebody could use them, take them to my shows, and
That'd be cute. They would make a good baby gift for sure.
yes.
Cute. So do you have
Yeah, so we'll see. I might pull out all my little scraps and make some baby socks, or I might just start a new pair of socks. Don't know yet. I haven't decided.
with some new croy?
Maybe. I have some of the gray the marl.
Yes.
Might do some of them with cream heel toe and cuff with a stripe, maybe. We'll see.
I know. See, there's so many options, right? And we still have 2 weeks. You can still decide. I'll be debating until Thursday night beforehand about what I actually do. But I'm looking forward to it. I'm excited to see if I can actually do the challenge myself, and I'm excited to see what everybody else is going to pick for their challenge.
Yep.
I think it'll be a fun way to spend the long weekend.
Yeah. So I have some show and tell.
Yes, yes.
One of our viewers, I think it was Tracy, asked about my dolls that usually sit up here on the shelf, and you
Yeah.
can see there's a few missing. So in the mid 2000s, a friend and I used to publish a doll magazine. And we used to go down to the States to shows and whatnot, and doll shows. So all different kinds of dolls. And I kind of was really taken with these little lifelike dolls. They're called ball jointed dolls, or BJDs. I think originated in Asia. A lot of them are Asian ball jointed dolls. They're made from typically resin, but some porcelain, and they're artist dolls. They're hand carved, and then molds are made and reproduced. Anyways, I kind of fell in love with them, and so I, had to get me some. And of course, you can't just sit and look at them because, crafty that we are. I had to make clothes for them. So I used to have another shop on Etsy that I made and sold clothing for my dolls. So this is one of my dolls.
Oh my goodness.
So they are all their joints are movable, and they have elastic inside that holds all the parts together. So I can show you actually, this one here might be a little bit easier
That is really,
because she's a little more mobile. So you can see if I pull on here,
oh yeah.
there's elastic that holds all her little parts together. This one, they have a hook with a metal hook in here that grabs the elastic inside. So they're all posable, and
Oh my goodness. Oh my gosh, she has a
um,
little barrette in her hair.
she does. So they wear, not, don't freak out, but they wear wigs, so I can pull this off.
What? Oh my goodness.
Yep. So their faces and stuff are all hand painted. I know they're creepy a little bit, aren't they?
No, I don't think so. Does look better with hair on though.
Oh yeah. So I used to like to make clothes. So her little sweater is knitted. I knit it. Her
That
little
looks
bolero.
so fiddly.
Yep. So these are all in a lace weight, and I used to get a lot of it from Knit Picks because their lace weight yarns, they have so many different colors and whatnot. So these are all wool.
Wow.
And this girl, her top is crocheted, a button in the back, and then little jean shorts that I sewed for her.
Oh my gosh, Cheryl.
I like I like miniature things. So, and then I have this guy, and these two are actually the exact same doll.
Wow.
They're the exact same actual doll. So just with a different paint, for the
Yeah.
face and different wig and whatnot. So boy and girl, they're twins. And I knit his little sweater.
That is so cute.
So these dolls are a 1/8 size of human size. So they're 1/8 the size. And then the two that are up there, they're quarter size. And they're much bigger.
Really?
Anyway, I just thought I'd show his little socks.
So did you make up these patterns or were there knitting patterns available?
There are different places you can get patterns. So his socks I actually knit just with my usual recipe, and they have a short row heel. And they're done in lace weight on like quadruple 0 needles or something. And I just knit them on a set of 4 needles.
Oh my gosh. I could not imagine that.
Yeah. And like this is a raglan knit, just like you would knit. It's just like knitting an adult sweater
Yeah. Wow.
in miniature. Oh, I have to show you girls' slippers up here.
Okay.
Hold on.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, that is the cutest thing ever. And it has a pom pom on it.
Yeah. So they're just like, the slippers grandma used to knit.
Yeah. Yeah.
Exactly the same thing, knit flat.
Okay. How did you do the pom pom for that?
I don't know. I wound it around something. Can't remember.
Cheryl, those are so cute.
Yeah, they're fun. I like making small things.
Well,
So that's my dolls. I don't know if did I explain everything about them? I
so
think I did.
is it still a big like dolls? Is it still a big
They are. There's it's a hobby.
mhm,
Um that there's a whole, how there's the whole knitting world, right? The whole community of knitters and stuff on Ravelry and whatnot. There's the same type of community for people that are into ball jointed dolls online. There's a big website called Den of Angels, and it's like Ravelry. It's all about dolls, and it's a forum, and people talk about them and sell them and buy them, and yeah, it's big. I haven't been a part of any of that for years now. I just have them because I like them.
Wow,
They just
that
sit
is
there.
amazing.
Yeah.
So do you
So
have any interest, like, would you make them a new wardrobe?
no, not anymore. Not anymore.
How fun though.
It was fun. I really enjoyed it at the time. I have other interests now, like
Yeah,
cross stitching.
just kind of, there's not time for everything, is there?
That's right.
So I wonder,
But
Tracy, who left the comment about the dolls, I wonder if she is into dolls or maybe is interested
maybe,
in.
maybe. Well, hopefully that explains what they are. And
So did you paint the faces on them?
I did, um, so a lot of the times if you buy them brand new, when they come from the company that makes them, you can pay to have somebody do it, or you can get them blank and do it yourself.
Okay.
So this one here, I painted myself.
Wow.
I think,
So okay, is there must be like special paints for that then, she was there?
yeah, I may have, I think I did some touch up on hers too. This girl here, she has the face up from the company, I think.
Okay.
So, yep.
Wow. So many crafts out there, so many hobbies. Very interesting.
Yeah, they're
I
kind of
can
cool.
remember my mom doing, she belongs to like a ladies group and they get together once a month and they'll do different activities or go places or have speakers come in or do kinds of all kinds of fun things. And maybe it was the same kind of time frame because it's been quite a while. And she has a doll, but it's the size, it's like a life size baby, a baby doll, and it looks totally real.
Yeah.
And
So the magazine that my girlfriend and I did was all about those dolls
okay.
because I used to make them. Don't judge.
No, I think I'm just thinking like what talent that is.
Yeah, it was all about the painting and whatnot. I mean, they're vinyl, and
Okay.
they were all completely. Kids are home.
Is it lunchtime?
Yeah. All completely painted to look real.
Yeah,
So as like as you could get them.
right.
Yeah. So,
Yeah. Well, that's
but
interesting.
yeah, up on my shelf, I also found
Those are
some some little guys because I like making toys. These are Susan Claudino patterns. I forget what this one's called, but oh, dog runs through the room, the whole floor shakes. And
that's
there's another pom pom for you.
a little tail. I like it.
So, and then this one's in classic wool, worsted, and this one's in sock yarn. Exact same pattern, same number of stitches. Here's a little butt.
It's teeny tiny.
Yeah,
Oh my gosh, they're cute.
they're so cute.
They're super cute.
Yeah, I'm going to be doing another little stuffy soon. I've got the urge to make one. So,
Yeah. Good. I love seeing yours, but yeah, it's fiddly things are not my thing.
well, these guys aren't too bad because, honestly, there's no actual sewing together of the parts, which is why I love this pattern. These are
Oh,
all 3 needle bind offs,
yeah.
and then you stitch it right into the body as you're working the body.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, instead of sewing them on. It's great. So you knit the parts first, and then they're 3 needle cat like bind off. So you have them still on live stitches, right?
Right.
And yeah, then they're worked right in as you're knitting.
Yeah, I wonder if I would like that better because that's always been my thing is have all these little pieces that you have to
Yeah,
knit. Hmm,
Yeah, I love making those ones. The bunny, he's
they're
cute.
very cute.
I did make the little the voodoo doll one, and he was bits, and you had to sew them on. I didn't enjoy that as much, but
Mhm.
I've made a million. I used to sell them at some of the
Oh,
shows.
did you? So was that a different designer then?
Same designer.
The same designer?
This
Okay.
one came out way later, so I don't know if, you know, just a different technique.
Right. Oh my gosh.
Little elephant. He's the same way his legs are put on with the 3 needle. Is it a bind off
Yeah. So we need to
when you
find
still
out.
have live stitches? Because you have it's knit in the round, and then you put flatten it, and then you knit the back with the front together.
Yeah. Yeah. So you use 3 needles.
Yeah.
2 needles have holding your live stitches. Yeah. Oh my goodness. He is so cute. Look, I like everything about him. His trunk, his ears, his feet.
It's cute.
They
He's
would
cute.
I could see where they would be big sellers at shows because who wouldn't
Yeah,
want that for, a baby gift or something,
for sure.
or just for yourself.
Yeah,
They're
for sure.
they're really cute. I
Oh,
have
I got one more. Sorry,
oh, which one?
this guy up here.
A turtle. Oh, I love just like the character. They have their own expression
Oops.
and look and
He's very dusty.
oh my gosh.
I
You
know he's cute. Isn't he cute?
he is so sweet. You do such a
His
great job on
shorts.
this.
Yes. Yeah, he sits up on my. They all keep me company.
You know what? That might be a good knit along at some point for us too.
This guy, his original pattern was for worsted weight, so he's supposed to be really big, and I just did him in sock yarn
Yeah.
because I like little. I like little stuff.
See, isn't that funny? You like little stuff, and I like bigger. The bigger, the better. Hmm.
Yeah.
Okay, so maybe I could try that again, knowing I
Yeah,
don't have to
we could
fiddle.
do twine it along if
I think that would
people
be
are
fun to do.
interested. Why not?
Yeah, if anybody's interested in a toy knit along, leave a comment down below. That might be fun because that would be something totally different for me. I think I've only knit 2 or 3 toys. I knit a doll a lot of years ago for a coworker. And the last one I did was the owl. I don't know where he is.
Oh, yeah, I
Yeah,
remember.
I did do that and it was okay, but it had 2 wings and 2 feet that were still a little fiddly, but I don't know. I could be tucked into doing that again. Since this seems to be the year for me to try new things, all these different cast ons, so maybe I should embrace some toy knitting too.
Well, and if there's not a lot of sewing together, you
Yeah.
might like it better.
Yeah. Maybe it's just pattern choice.
Mhm.
All right. All right. We'll put that on the back burner too. We'll think about that when we might want to do that. That would
I'll
be
give you the name of those ones there. We'll put them down at the bottom.
yeah, we'll put that and then yeah, people can go check it out because well, just seeing yours are so cute. I'm sure she has.
Oh, she's got tons of them.
Hmm.
I have a pattern for a wiener dog one too that I was gonna knit because my mom and stepdad have a dash hound, so I was gonna knit them a wiener dog. I just haven't got that far yet.
Would this be a good like December knit along? If because that's what I'm thinking. That would be a kind of a fun like a gift for somebody.
Well, maybe early,
November.
maybe.
Okay. Ooh. Okay. I could be talked into that, Cheryl.
Or they could be fun for summer because who wants to knit big things in the summer?
That's true. Something yeah, I was thinking about that about your sweater. about it sitting on your lap. It's a good job it's not crazy hot out yet.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be a fun little summer. And then you could just be the perfect time to start Christmas gifts too. You can knit your mom the wiener dog.
Christmas in July.
I think you're onto something there. I think that might be a good idea. Oh, well, this has been lots of fun.
It has.
Always
We can,
amazes me that every week we can still talk for over an hour.
I know. I was going to say, I don't think we've been under an hour yet. Oh, well.
I don't think so, because I thought every Friday morning I gather up my knitting and I'm like, I have a mitten and I have a pair of socks. This we'll talk about this in 15 minutes.
It's a
But
good excuse for people to sit and have their coffee on a Saturday morning and watch.
exactly. Grab their knitting or take some, start their Saturday off right or their Friday night and knit and visit with us.
For sure.
Absolutely.
I love it.
All right. I was knitting short rows as you were chatting, and I think I only maybe messed up once. But
That's not too bad.
I know, right? Because you have to knit across and get to here and do a wrap and turn. And you come back and you wrap and turn, then you knit all the way and all the way, and you repeat those 4 rows. So of course, I get over and I'm like wrap and turn. I come back and I'm like, oh, yeah, what was I doing? But you can usually see your wrap and turn. So
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Hopefully I didn't mess up, but I
Just
think I,
nobody will know.
I don't think so. It's not, yeah, it'll be fine.
I only got one across one row of my socks, so
I really like that textured pattern. I really
I
like
like it too. Oh, I forgot to tell you what this yarn was too, and it's
Oh, yes.
um, Cloud9 Fiber Works, and her shop is on Etsy.
Okay.
Um, I don't know how long I've had this yarn, and I don't know if she's still dyeing yarn, but we'll put it in anyway.
We'll put it in and then people can go, we can explore. Yeah, if you're looking for a new dyer, hopefully she's still dying. That's fun though. I know, isn't that, I know. It makes you think, I know, how long we keep stuff in our stash, right?
For some reason, I'm thinking that she might be Canadian because I think it came from a show.
Oh, really? Okay.
What's area code 204?
Do not know.
I don't know either.
That's where she is though.
Have to
Okay.
find out.
Well, there you go. That could be another. We can go, Google her, look her up on Etsy and see if we can find her. Yeah, hopefully she's still dying.
Mhm.
Those colors are so vibrant. They're beautiful. I can just see you now decked out May 2-4 weekend by the campfire, your sweater, your fingerless mitts, and your socks.
My bright socks.
We're gonna have to hope. Well, see, I'm hoping for nice weather for the long weekend so I can garden. But in order for you to wear all your knitwear, we're gonna need it to get chilly.
Well, hot days, cold nights.
Yeah, sitting around the campfire, all bundled up.
I'll put it on, when I get up first thing in the morning, and
Yeah,
within an hour it'll be off. So that's okay.
that's all right.
Okay.
Wonderful. Okay, well, I think that is it. Do you have anything else to share?
No, I think that's all. I think I rambled about all my stuff enough.
I know, but it's so fun. Hey, well, we'll come back next Friday with more updates. See what we get done this weekend. See, I'm the opposite of you. You knit during the week and stitch on the weekends, and the weekend is my
Yeah.
knitting time. I don't get too much during the week. So I am just gearing up right now for a whole weekend of knitting. Finish these mitts, cast on my pink socks. I know it's so many fun things and never enough hours.
I know.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I look forward to seeing some progress next week again, Cheryl.
Yes.
Thanks for sharing all your dolls and your knitted toys.
I'm glad somebody asked about it.
Yeah, that's really interesting. I can't all that just blows my mind, all that fiddly lace yarn knitting that you did for dolls.
That's fun.
Super fun. Okay.
Okay.
Well, thanks everybody for watching, and we'll see you next Friday.
See you next week.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.